This is a tutorial on how to create your data table and graphs for your paper towel test results in your Numbers app on your iPad. Go ahead and find your Numbers app on your iPad and open it up. Click on Create Spreadsheet, and we're going to go with the blank spreadsheet. We're going to go ahead and type in all of your labels first. The table title is going to be the question that we were asking. So, how does the brand of paper towel affect the absorbency Then go ahead and move to the column as shown in the video, and we're going to label that Group 1. Double tap, and your keyboard should show up. So we're going to say Group 1, and then we're going to label that with milliliters because it will reflect the volume, the average volume that group has reported to our class. Tap on the next cell, and that will be Group 2. Also in milliliters. And then you'll tap on the next one, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, until it looks like this. So go ahead and pause the video and get your data tables to be set up this way. Alright, once your class has completely filled out all of the group data, I want you guys to calculate your averages. Once you have those averages calculated, you're going to click on the average column, actually double click there, and put in the averages that you've calculated. So for example, this is just made up data. Let's say Bounty held an average of 14.2 milliliters. And let's say that Viva surprised us and held an average of 17.3 milliliters. Great Value maybe had 12.1 milliliters, and Sparkle disappointed us with a total of 7.9 milliliters. Go ahead and click Done. At this point, your data table should be completely filled with all of the group's average data and then the averages for the class. Now we want to make a graph based on the average data only. If we wanted to create a data table that reflected every single group, that would be showing too much data. So we're going to just focus this first one on our averages. So go ahead and click on the top group, so Bounty, and we're going to slide our selector down so that we have all of our average data created. At this point, you have lots of options. We're going to click on Create Chart, and we're going to create a bar graph. So go ahead and click on that. You can move that bar graph and slide it up so that it is directly below your data table. Now we have to do some editing. One important thing that we are going to see here is that our independent variable is located on the x-axis and our dependent variable is located on our y. So far, so good. Go to the upper right hand corner where you see the kind of looks like a paintbrush and click on that. And we're going to have to change a few things. So the first thing we want to change is the axis name. We want to actually be able to name our x and y axis. So scroll to the bottom and then turn that axis name on. The other thing we want to change on our y-axis is the value scale settings. So go ahead and click on value scale settings. And we are going to actually increase the major steps until we get some numbers that look good. So for this one, I think we're going to increase to 17. Just so that the data is a little bit easier to read. Actually, let's look at 18. So we'll increase to 18. Okay. Now we're going to click in that upper left-hand corner where it says y-axis to get back to our main screen. And we need to turn on the axis name for our x-axis. So go ahead and turn that on. At this point, you can click back on your chart. And I just accidentally made mine bigger, which I did not mean to do. So I'm going to shorten it up. And now I'm going to double click where it says category axis on the x-axis. And that's how I can rename it. So all of our axes need to be labeled. Brand of paper towel would be an appropriate axis title for this one. And then I'll zoom in a little bit here, and I'm going to double tap where my x or my y axis is. And a good label for this would be volume of water absorbed. And I want to make sure, because this has units, that I include the units in milliliters. Again, I can adjust where that is located, and I want that to be directly under my data table. And that's how you make a bar graph using your average data for your paper towel lab.